When do you line a hat? Why would you line a hat? What do hat linings look like? In this video, I'll answer these questions and show you some examples of different hat linings, so you can decide what type of lining, if any, to put in a hat you're making. Hi, I'm Rachel, and welcome to my channel, Bricoleuse, where I share tips and techniques from almost 30 years working as a costume craftsperson. There are many kinds of linings for different kinds of hats.
First, let's look at soft fabric hats. These are common hat styles you see today, like bucket hats and caps, often machine sewn and easy to make if you sew. I recommend this book, Sewn Hats by Carla Krim, if you'd like to try making your own. These hats are often unlined, but they can be. This is a contemporary casual factory sewn cap, which is lined in a thin flannel plaid for warmth. This is an antique factory sewn style from the 1920s, lined in a slippery satin fabric to preserve the wearer's hair.
The linings of both of these hats fit close to the head and are indicative of a level of quality. The hats don't need to be lined, but the linings provide an added feature: warmth in the case of the contemporary cap, and hair care in the case of the 1920s style.
Now let's look at hats of felt and straw. These hat styles are also seen today, primarily fedoras and trilbies, although other brimmed styles may be worn on sunny days everywhere from the beach to a park.
These hats are often unlined.
Here's a mass-produced felt hat style by J. Peterman, unlined, presumably to keep the price point down. Here's a beautiful straw braid topper made by Ignatius Hats. This hat is also unlined.
Straw hats, primarily worn in the summer months, are typically unlined to help the wearer stay cool.
This high-quality Stetson fur felt fedora is an example of a lined felt hat. The lining protects the felt from sweat, hair oil, and styling products.
Hats like this are meant to be renovated by hatters and worn for years or generations. The lining replaced when needed, and the entire hat cleaned, re-stiffened, reshaped, and retrimmed.
These hat linings have a secret opening where the wearer can stash money, a credit card, a document, whatever fits. This late 1940s replica has a similar lining, which protects the hat from the wearer's hairstyling products and makeup. This antique 1950s straw hat is lined in the same way. The lining is a lightweight batiste to help the wearer stay cool. These are all two-piece linings with a tip oval or circle and a side band rectangle or arc.
Here's a video I made about these kinds of linings.
Now let's look at theatrical hats.
How theatrical hats are lined depends not only on the style of the hat, but also the fabrics chosen by the costume designer to make it, and the nature of the performance. Does the actor wear a wig? Do they take the hat off on stage? If a theatrical hat doesn't have a lining, it's likely the milliner who made it didn't have time to install one before the show for which it was made opened.
Performers often wear a lot of stage makeup and hairstyling products.
And a lining can be replaced easily when soiled. Reused theatrical hats are often refreshed with steam, new trim, and a new lining. The linings of theatrical hats are often customized for the hat and the needs of the performance. Let's look at some examples.
This tiny burlesque pillbox is fully lined and has a flange of horsehair braid painted to match the wearer's hair that is used to pin the hat on. These two bonnets are made from the same pattern, but their linings are installed differently. The lining of this cream bonnet was put in as the final step after the red ruched silk was applied to the underbrim. For this lavender bonnet, an eyelet underbrim layer was attached. Then a fine lace ruffle was sewn to the lining edge before it was installed, so the seam between the lining and the lace was clean and controlled. This bonnet is also made from the same pattern and features an example of something called a drawstring bag lining. The milliner creates a cylindrical one-piece lining with a casing for a drawstring at the top, which looks like this when installed. This unusual tall yellow top hat has a unique lining, cut much shallower than the crown of the hat. The close fitting lining controls how the hat sits on the performer's head and ensures the brim maintains the desired angle.
That's my overview of hat linings. Do you prefer lined or unlined hats? Do you use a different method to line hats? Please comment and tell me about it. I'd love to know. For more video content about millinery tips and tricks, check out this playlist.